conflict over crosswalks. The fight continues across Florida today.
The focus today was a crosswalk in Key West as the deadline to remove it was extended. Local 10's Jackie Pascal is joining us right now with the very latest on this one. Jackie.
Yeah, a bit of deja vu for me as I was sitting in today's hearing compared to Delray Beach's hearing yesterday. Today with Key West, again, the request for a formal hearing was denied and the deadline is now extended for them to have to remove that rainbow crosswalk. It's kind of put on pause for now. We could get a decision potentially early next week. We know the final arguments are due in written form by this Friday.
It's so much more than a crosswalk or a rainbow.
Business owner Bobby LeRae flying up from Key West to Orlando to see how this hearing with FDOT shakes out around the removal of the colorful crosswalk at Duval and Petronia streets.
There is a reason that a dividing line is not pink. It is always white or it is always yellow.
He heard FDOT again stake its claim over all roads, bridges, and walkways, saying it has the authority to enforce uniformity across Florida.
These are City of Key West streets.
And the city's attorney, Howard Dubassar, explaining how Florida's constitutional home rule applies, where municipalities govern themselves on local matters like zoning and public safety without state approval. Similar to Tuesday, where Dubassar represented Delray Beach, he requested this be a formal hearing.
When there are facts in dispute, the appellate courts will uniformly reverse and remand for a formal hearing.
That was denied by the presiding officer, who was a chief engineer of production at FDOT. So no witnesses or evidence was presented. Dubassar says there's key data missing because of that decision.
Have you ever had any issues on that crosswalk? Have you seen other people have any kind of traffic issues?
Which Key West Commissioner Sam Kaufman clarified for me.
We checked with our law enforcement officials, and there hasn't been a single accident reported attributable to the crosswalks in 10 years or 15 years. It just doesn't exist as a safety hazard.
He says the project itself was approved by FDOT.
With FDOT approved contractors, with approved colors pursuant to the FDOT guidelines.
So commissioners plan to fight to keep their crosswalk.
I think we need to stand firm on this. It's not just a crosswalk. I think it's not just the colors, it's the message that it sends.
Now, something that came up in both of these hearings is the presiding officer. It was the same woman. It is that chief engineer for FDOT, Jennifer Marshall. She disclosed that she was on some FDOT emails before those notices were sent to these cities about removing their crosswalks, and it was talking about how to enforce compliance. Now, the attorney that I spoke with earlier, he didn't say necessarily that he'd be taking any action to disqualify her from overseeing these hearings and these decisions. He did just mention it, though, for the record. Again, we could potentially get a decision on this from her by early next week. Those final arguments are due by Friday for both Delray Beach and Key West. We should mention Fort Lauderdale also has this administrative hearing, a same kind of deal here in Orlando. That's coming up on September 15th. We're going to keep you covered on all of this. For now, live in Orlando, Jackie Pascal, Local 10 News.